I'll go to the bottom path. Got a Gengar player. They don't know. I mean, he still does damage. It's just significantly worse, right? Just significantly worse damage. Gengar is fixed, but he was still nerfed, right? They fixed the bug that made him unplayable, but he was still nerfed and is not very good. You do better with pretty much any other jungler. Zeraora, Cinderace, Talonflame, Lucario, anyone. All of those would be better. Charizard, throw him in there. His damage was just very much tuned down. So generally speaking, Speedster does equal Jungler, yes, but they don't have to be. So the roles are pretty fluid. Your Speedsters could just be in lane as regular damage. They don't have to be in the jungle. Also, your attackers could be in the jungle. So, like, Cinderace is just an attacker. Cinderace is a regular assassin, but Cinderace makes a great jungler. Dude, I'm trying to give you the last hits. Please come hit this. Please. Oh, okay, I got it. I think. Why does no one let me help them? Oh boy, what did they do? They just reduced his damage by a bunch. They reduced his damage, and they also reduced the length of the iframes he has. So he's invulnerable less. So he's more killable, more squishy. But they also just reduced his damage by a bunch. He's not going to go in there and 1v3 anymore. He will perish in that endeavor. But kind of the basic thing is, yeah, Speedsters are generally pretty good in the jungle, and they do a bunch of damage. They're great at rotating, coming in, getting picks, and then leaving. Look at him go. He's not even fully formed, but... Attackers do a bunch of damage. Usually more sustained damage than Speedsters are usually a little more bursty, but they're both damage. All-arounders are kind of like bruisers. Tanks are... I think they're called tanks, right? Are they called tanks? Tanks? Are tanks called tanks? Whatever Crustle is, that's a tank. Defenders. There you go. Those are your tanks. And then specialists are a complete and total lie. Or sorry, specialists. Supports are a lie. There's only one support that's actually a support, and that's Eldegoss. The other two are just... They're damages too. If I were to redo the roles, if I were in charge, I would make Wigglytuff an all-arounder. She does quite a bit of damage, but she's also fairly tanky and thick, and has like the knock-up. So I think she would fit more as an all-arounder, similar to like Machamp. And then Mr. Mime is a straight-up attacker, man. That man is not a support. The Haloran quote that was my favorite is the only thing Mr. Mime supports is the enemy team supporting them into their graves. Mr. Mime's damage is insane. He is an attacker. Whoever made Mr. Mime a support is crazy. I like Mockery's theory that they just didn't have any supports. All they had was Eldegoss, and they felt weird only having one support, so they just stuck two people in there. And they were just whatever about it. The best CC is death. There you go. Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors of not okay. I can hear that in Haloran's voice. But yeah, I've watched Haloran play Mr. Mime for the last like 3 nights in a row, and I'm telling you, there's nothing supporty about that character. He is just damage, and you should be afraid. You should be so very afraid if you see Mr. Mime in the lane with you. Haloran fully sold me too on the guard swap mime. The combo with the shield is cute, but guard swap is where it's at. Also, like, do you see us getting just our, like, faces punched in by Machamp there? That's Wigglytuff with the slap. Wigglytuff is just a pink Machamp. She does, instead of punching, she slaps. They have the same kind of health. They both have a knock-up. Good night, Malby. Wigglytuff is just straight up pink Machamp. She should be an all-arounder. And Mime should be an attacker. And, like, that's it. Dude, versus 3 people, and he was kind of winning. You know who else would do that? Wigglytuff. You know who else would win that 1v3? Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff would slap your whole team into a whole nother dimension, okay? Yeah, if the support role was supposed to be the only CC role, they definitely messed that up because, like, everybody has CC. I don't know. There can definitely be supporters that don't have a bunch of crowd or a bunch of healing. That's fine in theory. Buffing, shielding, and Mime's guard swap, if you guard swap on a friendly, does give like a speed buff, so that's kind of that feel, but it needs to go a lot farther. It needs to go a lot farther to be actual supports. Mime, and he does so much damage, it's just insane. You can't give them one friendly buff to just one and say, like, yeah, that's a support. He's got one buff. Like, what? No. Most people get to keep their CC in some form. Some do lose it completely, but for the most part, they keep it like a little bit. Like, even Pikachu loses the net, but like Bolt Tackle still does like a small stun, right? A micro stun, if you will. Probably doing Dreadnought down here if we want to do that. It's not time for that yet, Pikachu. We have a good 45 seconds to do other things. There's the Dreadnought. He stole my bee. Good night, Marv. It was nice to have you here, pal. Always a pleasure. Nice butt. I do not want to ult here because it's Zapdos time. And I need this for this fight. And we need to make this a good fight. This is a big pick right before Zapdos. This would be a big pick right before Zapdos. Are we capable of making this a big pick right before Zapdos? I don't know. There we go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Surf on surf violence there. Big heal. Big shield. Gengar, I'm trying, man. It's tough. I'm giving you all that I got. There we go. Nice-oo, nice-oo. Are we doing the bird? Greninja looking to steal. Where is he? Bit of lag there. Absolutely not, you stinky frog. Absolutely not, you stinky frog. Start. I don't want to go around this way because Slowbro's going to get the thing here. And then I'm going to have to walk to the central one anyway. But, like, I was stuck. Unless you have a full stun or knock-up, you can't stop that. Because we got the bird. Bird is the word. So we might win this now. It's debatable, but... we'll see. I think we do, though. I think we got enough there at the end. I think the mighty Zapdos. Yes, it was. Oh, Zapdos. I love you so. I know some people hate Zapdos, but that's just how you got to play the game. We knew we were behind, and we knew the only way to win is Zapdos. So we got picks before Zapdos. We held ults for Zapdos. We won Zapdos. We won the game. We were losing, not by a lot, but definitely losing. And then we played it right, and they played it wrong. Machamp shouldn't have been there by himself. Snorlax should not have been there by himself. Yeah, that's how the game works. Get it, the program.